Hello dear learners, in today's video lecture, we are going to talk about the repeatedly asked questions from the chapter Diagnostic Agent from Pharmaceutical Chemistry 2. In our earlier video, we had a detailed description on diagnostic agents about the classification, definitions, their uses, which all are important from the exam point of view. So, what all are questions which are included from diagnostic agent in the exams, we are going to see that today in the repeatedly asked questions session. So, to start with the first question from the repeatedly asked questions, the question is, give the uses of all these diagnostic agents. So, as we all know, diagnostic agents are not having any therapeutic activity. They are just the substances which are used to detect the abnormalities in the body organ or in the tissues. They are not used for the treatment purpose of any disease or disorder. So, various examples of diagnostic agents are there, such as Evans blue, Congo red, iopanoic acid, which you can see now in front of you. Okay. So, according to the classification, if you will see, the diagnostic agents, they are having the classes, three major classes. So, amongst the three major classes, first is radio opaque contrast agents. Second is compounds used to test the functional capacity of the organ. And third is compounds modifying the physiological functions. So, these compounds which are used to test the functional capacity of organs, this second class is really very important from the exam point of view. The kidney function test, liver function test, as well as the miscellaneous agents which are there. This is really very important class. So, Evans blue uses you are supposed to give. The uses of all these diagnostic agents we have discussed in detail in the descriptive video of the diagnostic agents. So, Evans blue, which according to the classification you all know that it is a compound used to test the functional capacity of the organ. It is from the miscellaneous class. Then iopanoic acid, if you will see, it is a radio opaque contrast agent which is water insoluble. Then fluorescein sodium, when you will go to fluorescein sodium, it is again same category, Evans blue, like fluorescein sodium is also from the miscellaneous class. Then indigo carmine, if you will see, it is again from the functional capacity of the organ class. It is used for kidney function test. Then Congo red, again it is from the miscellaneous class, from the same second class, main class, that is functional capacity of the organs. Then propyl iodide. Propyl iodide is again a water insoluble contrast media only, like iopanoic acid. And sulfobromophthalate sodium they have asked, which is used for testing the functional capacity of the liver. So, these three, kidney, liver function and miscellaneous agent, amongst these if you will see, only iopanoic acid and propyl iodide, these are radio opaque contrast agents. Others, if you will see, all are compounds used to test the functional capacity of the organ. So, as far as the uses are concerned, the uses in the exam are asked for 2 marks or 1 mark. And if you will look into the previous year question papers from summer 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13 and so on, every exam, every exam, you will find one question fixed which is from diagnostic agent. So, either that question may be definition and classification of diagnostic agent, or it can be the uses of any of these agents. So, basically we will focus on the uses from the diagnostic agent, because the definition and classification sometimes they have asked, but uses fixed question is there in every year on the diagnostic agents uses. Minimum 2 diagnostic agents they will be asking in the exam for writing the uses. One diagnostic agent use for 2 marks, and sometimes if they are asking you only 2 uses or like specific number of uses, then it can be for 1 mark also in some cases. Then second question from the diagnostic agent is, define the term diagnostic agent and classify diagnostic agents with example. So, just now in detail we discussed the classification of diagnostic agent, and in the chapter also you have the trick to remember the examples of these diagnostic agents. So definition, you are supposed to write down that these are not meant for any therapeutic purpose, not for treatment. They are just as diagnostic agent as the name suggests. And you are supposed to give the examples along with the 3 classes: radio opaque contrast agent, compound used to test the functional capacity of the organ, and compounds modifying the physiological functions. It is only mandatory that you should know the examples of compound modifying the physiological function. As such, there is no question asked in the exam on the physiological functions, compound modifying physiological functions. Then next question, if you will see, what are diagnostic agents? Now when question comes like what are diagnostic agents, you are supposed to write down the definition along with the example. Along with this definition and example, this will include some of the properties of the contrast media, like what properties this contrast media should have so that they can be used in the diagnosis. Along with that, few of the uses where these diagnostic agents can be used. Then continuing with the further question, name any 4 agents used to test the organ function. Now this I told you earlier also that this class is really very important, that compounds which are used to test the organ function capacity. So all these agents, like for kidney it is indigo carmine and aminohippuric acid, liver it is sulfobromophthalate sodium and rose bengal, and from miscellaneous it is Evans blue, Congo red, fluorescent sodium. So all are important. You are supposed to give any 4 names from among the given which we discussed just now, and along with the organs you are supposed to write down. That means indigo carmine is for kidney function test, sulfobromophthalate is for liver function test, and so on. And then give the properties and uses of iopanoic acid. Now till now, amongst the diagnostic agents, only iopanoic acid is the one of whose properties and uses they are specifically asking. So you are supposed to just look into the properties of the iopanoic acid also when you are dealing with the question. So this question comes for 4 marks because this is a long question. 2-3 questions are there inside one question. And then when we come to summary, now this you will say, oh, next slide is summary. So it is the very sweetest and shortest chapter amongst the pharmaceutical chemistry 2 chapters, and the easiest one also, which is having no structure. It's like bonus for you all. This chapter contains not a single structure, though it is included in your syllabus in pharmaceutical chemistry 2. So you are not supposed to put this chapter for option. You are supposed to study the uses properly, the classification and the definition. Only these 3 things are there to do in this lesson. So definition and classification of diagnostic agent you are supposed to do. What is diagnostic agent you are supposed to write down, and properties and uses of iopanoic acid along with the uses of all compounds which are used to test the functional capacity of organ are important. So with this we finish with the repeatedly asked questions from the chapter diagnostic agent. Thank you.